Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another video on our beautiful English channel. Today we have the great pleasure to introduce you to one of the most prestigious watch brands and of course watch models that you will ever find out there, especially if talking about German watches, because this watch is made in Germany and most people will know which brand I am talking about. Of course it is a Lange and Söhne, and the model that I will talk about today is not the große Lange as most people would expect. I'm gonna talk about that Zeitwerk Date because it is a watch that is so unique, that has such unique features that you need to explain how it works, even though it's pretty simple. It's not a very complicated watch, at least not from the complications perspective. But if you look into detail, you will find why the watch has such a high list price, why it's so extremely rare, expensive, and of course so sought after like it is. The Zeitwerk came to us, I would say, around 3 weeks ago. Last week we sold it, so it was in our hands in stock for not even a month. It was half a month, maybe 2 weeks, 20 days, perhaps something like that. But after that we had a client from Poland that was interested. After a little bit of negotiation and after he added another watch to the deal that he wants to buy for, or at least I think it was his partner who wanted to buy it, he decided to get both of them. They are already in Poland. The watches are already in the hands of the clients. They are very happy. So in case you were thinking about getting this watch, right now we don't have it in stock. So don't bother looking it up or seeing if it is on our website. It is not anymore, I can tell you that much. And what makes the Zeitwerk Date so special? First of all, have a close look on the dial on the watch, how it is structured, and you will realize it does not operate like a real watch. There is no center hand. You cannot read the time with any hour or minute hand, a small second on the lower half of the dial. But if you look at it, it will look like a watch that shows you just the date. But do not let the picture fool you. This is actually, the left window shows the hour, the right one shows the minutes. And this is the first mechanical digital watch because the way they present the time is digital. It's not like most watches work. It looks more like an Apple Watch or something showing you the time, which makes it super easy to read the time even if you have bad eyes, because some of our clients are looking especially for watches that indicate the time very clearly, that where you don't have to search for the time. It is presented to you in the most perfect way. The left window, as I said, is for the hours, the right one is for the minutes. And the second, or let's say the moment that the small second crosses the border from 60 seconds to 1 second again, once it makes a full circle, the minute indicator jumps immediately. You have never seen something happening so immediate, so fast. You cannot see how fast it changes. It looks like when the time passes on your phone, you see on your screen that it is 6 p.m., then it's 6:01 and so on. And this exactly happens on the watch, and it is 100% mechanical. There is no electronics built into this watch. What else do we have? What else can we read on the watch? On the top half we have one of the nicest complications, at least according to me, because I kind of like the power reserve indicator because it shows you when you need to start or stop winding. You also need this because it is of course hand wound watch. It's not automatic, so you don't wind it via movement, you wind it via hand. So the moment you see that you have reached the full power reserves, you can stop winding. You don't have to wait until you have the resistance in the winding process. You can just see the indicator and then you realize, okay, it's full or it's almost empty, I need to wind it again. And the thing is, the most interesting thing here is most watches will show you the time on the circular dial with the hand. For this watch you don't have that, and you also don't have the classic date window, but this watch is called Zeitwerk Date, so it must show you the date in some way. And some of you might have realized that we have the numbers 1 up to 31 written on the inner bezel, and that is a very interesting system that they use because they have a inner bezel made out of glass. Then you have the numbers written on it. The only parts where the glass is see-through is in the numbers because they are transparent. The rest of the glass ring is not transparent. And then you have a disc beneath that glass ring that turns every day for a little bit, and it shows you that exact date that we have with the red color, because the red disc goes or jumps under the date, and then the date that we have right now is indicated by the red number. We can show you that a little bit more graphic. I think that will make everything a lot more clear. What else is there to say about this beautiful watch? It's made out of 18 karat white gold. It has one of the most amazing and beautiful movements that you have ever seen in your whole life. I can assure you that it is absolutely beautiful. Our watchmaker almost fell from his chair when he saw the watch. He was speechless, and I think that is also the case for most people that see this watch. What else is there to say? The movement was specifically built for this watch because you needed a movement that can jump the minute window or the minute disc in an instant. This cannot take seconds. It happen in a second or in an instant, and that's why they needed to conceive a new movement for this watch specifically. And I think this might be one of the most harmonic Lange watches that I have ever seen. Of course, it comes with a very, very high list price. Retail list price of this watch is or was around 120,000, and this is one of the most special watches that we ever had. We will continue to buy and sell our Lange Soehne. That was it for today's video. If you liked the way that we presented this watch, please leave a comment and let us discuss how we can entertain you further. In case you like the video, you can also give us a thumbs up. You can also follow us on our other channels, for example TikTok. We also try to post daily on Instagram, so in case you're searching for inspiration, you can also have a look on our Instagram page, where we show almost every watch that we have in stock and that we get in stock, so don't miss that one as well. And thank you for tuning in once again, and see you next time. Bye bye.